Do you want to start the game again?
Welcome back to Mystical Everyday Heroes, or
Meh.
The D&D podcast about people who are not mystical nor heroic, just everyday people trying their best.
Trying our best.
Let's talk about who we have with us for always.
Hi, I'm Stephie, and I play Misphi, Faewilde. So a fun little fact about Misphi, well, it's more about her raven, really. So Misphi's raven companion, Circe, is a little mischievous at times, and sometimes she likes to take shiny objects that catch her eyes, like jewelry and coins and gems and stuff. So I kind of have to give that back every once in a while. And our favorite snacks are blueberries.
Oh,
That was so thought out. I can't wait
That's
to
so
get your
cute.
stance back.
Does Misphi keep stolen things ever?
Never.
Wow.
Unless I can't find the owner.
Oh,
that's
then you
so
got one.
wholesome.
That's
That
really
is
nice.
nice.
How do you think
That's
I got
just
my
so nice.
70 gold?
Healed the enemy. Remember?
Yeah, that was wholesome in
This
like a
fits.
disturbing way.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, disturbingly wholesome.
Your character
That's
is
a
so
brand.
wholesome.
That's
Thank you.
beautiful.
My name is Matt. I play Alfonzo Windbreaker.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. So, everyday fact about Alfonso is that while traveling the countryside, one of his favorite pastimes is to visit local taverns and inns and try local brews of mead and ale.
Oh my gosh, wait, what was his favorite?
Honey blueberry mead.
Ooh.
Wow, that was
He
better
has
than what I had.
Discerning taste. Honey blueberry
Well, he's
mead.
Alfonzo Windbreaker.
I like the blueberry
Of course,
part.
he has discerning taste.
Yeah.
That's true. Wow.
Yeah. Do you remember
So
where it
nice.
was from?
Blue Mountain.
Yeah.
Blue Mountain.
There you go.
An inn in Blue Mountain.
God, that was like a fun brain test.
Yeah,
I would have
wow.
really done a
That's
bad job.
improv,
I'm
yeah.
sorry that I bullied you.
No, I like it.
Good job.
All I could think of was
Flexing
like,
those improv muscles.
yeah, all I could think of was like actual towns like Williamsburg or like.
Because you're a social studies
Yeah,
teacher.
that's like all I could do. I'm like Washington D.C., Gettysburg, Pittsburgh. I don't know, Detroit. That's like all I could come up with.
I love that.
Under the table
You're
screaming
so
names of
awesome.
cities.
Yeah.
I just start looking at my surroundings. Like,
That
well,
was smart. That was
Whoa,
smart.
I enjoyed the inspiration.
Hi, I'm Kailyn. I play Stan Smallman. And Stan may have misunderstood the assignment a little bit.
Well, you were supposed to do the assignment, not Stan.
Well, that's just not true. Stan's favorite food is shrimp scampi. That's it.
You must be a fan of the water.
Nope. Actually, he doesn't really like the water at all. He doesn't like getting wet.
Oh,
So, that's it.
just his food.
Just
his
his food.
Just his food.
Yep, that's it.
That is canon now. I hope you know that. That like anytime Shrimp Stampy comes out, he's gonna be like, hold my beer.
Hi everyone. I'm Jake, and I play Meryl Cheep. And Meryl's fun fact. I think I'm gonna do a series here. All right,
Ooh.
a series here.
I love that for
Just
you.
to start it, we're gonna do a few of Meryl's like favorite performance memories.
Oh, God.
Oh,
This is
Because Meryl has had some hits over the years in his traveling troupe. His favorite memory of a time when something went well is what we're gonna do today. His favorite memory of a time that a performance went well was the time that he was doing a tightrope performance, and halfway through he cut the tightrope with his talon purely by accident. But then remembered he had wings, and he made it into a trick, landed really gracefully, and then he sang a really beautiful note at the end just to really make it look intentional. And wow, standing ovation.
wow.
I mean, there was at least one person that had a heart attack in the audience. They
That's
survived,
crazy.
but
That could have
I
gone
mean-
very differently if they
Yeah.
did not survive. Might not have. I mean, would it still have been your favorite performance memory if you're like, I even killed someone?
Yeah,
it, like
I probably-
it killed.
I
My
don't know that
performance
he
killed.
was-
I'm
I
glad
mean-
you didn't finish it that way.
All right, so we also have Matt Bostian as our sound producer. Yay! And I'm Brandy Bostian, your dungeon master. Did we come up with a nickname other than God?
I thought you were
Empress.
the Empress.
Oh yes, I'm the Empress.
Empress Boston.
I'm
of
the
the
Empress of
Empire
this-
of what's the name of our land again?
Lorland.
Lorland.
Yes.
Empress of Lorland.
So
yes.
last episode, we arrived in the
The loins of Lorland.
The loins of Lorland. We were burst into the loins of lands of Lorland. So at the beginning of last episode, we arrived in the land of Lorland. We started in the town of Bridgemond, where our 4 players were introduced in a tavern called the Barging Inn. We first met Misphi and her emotional support raven, Cersei, as she ordered a water on the rocks, much to the annoyance of the bartender, Soren. However, Misphi and Soren bonded emotionally over Soren's stressful week of the theater troupe not showing up, bandits on the road causing people to not order as much because of low money, and a birdman trying to serenade customers. During this emotional bonding, Meryl Cheep, the Aarakocra, half bird, half man, caused a bit of a ruckus across the tavern as he tried to either break up or fix a marriage that did not go over super well. When the husband, Melvin, tried to get physical, he was interrupted by Meryl's hired halfling barbarian, Stan Smallman. Stan was able to de-escalate the situation, much to the relief of the patrons of the bar, who started clapping. There to accept the accolades without doing any of the work involved to earn them was Alfonzo Windbreaker.
Bad first
In the flesh.
A former noble who bought the others a round of overpriced alcoholic foam, and in Meryl's case, the cup itself. It was at this point that Soren gracefully asked the party to get out of the tavern. The group then walked outside to the town square, where a festival was taking place celebrating the band of 4 previous adventurers who have since disappeared. Statues were revealed of another Aarakocra, this one slightly buffer than Meryl Cheep, a high elf, a gnome, and a human. As the adventurers watched this happen, Alfonso clocked 2 hooded figures following the group. Meryl made a show of checking them out by flying into the air, spooking the 2 hooded figures and causing them to scurry back into the crowd. Not much later, something happened within the crowd, causing our ragtag team to get pushed into an alleyway where earthy smelling bags were placed over their heads and they were knocked out. The group woke up together in a cell, but not in a hot way.
Amen, sister.
Feeling unsettled, or in Misphi's case, well rested. They were soon greeted by the town mayor, Mayor Merryweather, and his nephew, TJ. Oh,
Love
remember
TJ.
TJ.
Oh,
I miss
TJ.
I miss him. I'm happy we get to see him.
Our
every day.
fetch boy.
Mayor Merryweather gushed about how excited he was to meet them, and it quickly became apparent that the mayor mistook this group as the 4 previous adventurers who had disappeared. He tells them that he still needs their help because he has been blackmailed for some time, and now that he's refused payment, his daughter, Leader Merryweather, has gone missing. He pointed the party in 2 different locations, the first being a group of dwarves he believes responsible for taking Leader because he refused them passage through town to trade their jewels and ores. The second location being a stump outside of a cave that the blackmailers had him drop off information and money. The group chose to investigate the stump outside of the cave, and Mayor Merryweather instructed them to take TJ along with them, which worked out well for TJ, who is now pretty much in love with Misphi. TJ led them on the road toward the stump location, which he knew because he was one of the people his uncle Mayor had sent to drop off money in the past. On the road to the stump, the group was attacked by a theater troupe posing as bandits.
That was genius. Oh my god, that was. Can we just take a second? I'm sorry.
I will tell you the name of the quest was called What's My Motivation? That I put together.
That's so good.
Thank you. Attacks were given, leaving Meryl and Alfonso injured, while Stan intimidated a bandit with a naked fist and ended up wrapping his arms around his throat and dangling at his back until Stan got some information. Meanwhile, Misphi calmed everyone down enough to get out of combat by healing a member of the bandits instead of her own party and giving them all her money.
I forgot about that part. Let's just,
All
twist
of
the
it.
knife.
And TJ waved at the 2 bandits, Hans and Giuseppe, revealing that he actually knew who they were the whole time. The bandit actors let them go, and the party is now back on the road on their way to the stump.
So we're traveling now. Like,
You're walking on the
and-
road. You have horses, as you remember. So
Except for me.
except for you and
And
except
Meryl.
for the Aarakocra. Yes.
Now I'm walking.
I think you're grounded. Yeah, you've got to be on the ground. No more flying for you.
Everyone, I understand that this might feel funny to you. Because you watched me tumble out of the sky like a damn feather duster.
That wasn't the funny part.
I'm exhausted.
I'm not feeling that great either there. I feel your pain.
I mean, I feel pretty good, actually, TJ.
Have you ever been stuck on the ground
Yeah.
when you should be soaring in the sky?
That's so inspirational,
Sometimes
man.
dreams carry us.
I heard it. That was beautiful.
You should, like, put that on, like a poster somewhere. Like,
Oh, I've
TJ,
seen some of those. Like,
mural?
live, laugh, love. We sometimes say things like that at the end of the shows, you know, just to send the audience off with a good note, like, you know, live, laugh, love, everyone, or,
I think we all forgot.
you know,
you
that
did
toddler's
shows.
annoying, kick him, it's fine. Things like that.
ooh,
you know?
hey, Misphi, did you ever live, laugh, love?
I've lived, I've laughed, and I've loved.
Anybody
But
in particular?
only animals.
Okay, I mean,
I can't wait
God,
to see
my
what TJ
wing
does
really
next, to be
hurts.
quite honest with you.
you know, love overcomes all obstacles.
I really expected him
It
to
sure
like
does.
meow. Like act like an animal. I was
Yes.
fully expecting it.
Can you
mean-
meow for me, TJ?
Anything for you, baby. Meow.
That was pathetic.
Oh,
But good.
I'll practice.
Good.
I'll practice.
Yeah.
You know, I'll meow.
I'm gonna have to cut this love fest short. Are we going in the right direction, TJ?
I was gonna say the same thing.
Oh,
We need to
yeah.
move. Like, we also need to heal.
Misphi can heal you. She like healed that one. Was it Hans?
You know, that's true. Misphi, how much you give a little bit of love over here to this side of the team?
I sure can if you want me to.
that was really nice
Sure.
of
But
you.
I will not have any more spell slots left.
Yeah, that's a bad idea. Uh-oh.
Rock, paper, scissors over there, Alfonso.
Let the dice decide.
What did it decide?
12.
She goes, I'm not rolling for anything. I'm just rolling.
Let the rolls begin.
Love it. So, TJ, we have to be going the right direction because we need to find another tavern soon so that I can lie down.
Well, there's like not another tavern, but it's just like an open space, so maybe you can like sit and have like a picnic or something. I mean, that people do that.
We
It's
could
still
take
a
a short
beautiful
rest.
day. Yeah.
How much further do we have? Like, do we know where, like, how close
mean-
we are? Like,
It's like I mean, like I recognize that tree is, I'm pretty sure, a spruce. And after the spruce, there's like a couple more spruces, and then there's a little bit of a turn, and then we're pretty much there.
so
I
why
love
don't-
your knowledge
why
of trees.
Thank you, Ms. Meow.
Alrighty then. Ah.
That's a little better. Good job. I'm proud of you, TJ.
Hey, yeah. And he like
Let's
he
pick up the
sidles
pace,
up to
guys.
Stan.
I
He's
can't
like,
believe I can't
"Stan,
fly.
I need you to like put in a good word for Misphi for me. And like, you know, tell her that I can learn all the animal sounds.
Yeah.
I think
Ah.
Cersei really likes you too, so maybe she could try some. There you go.
Yeah, Cersei really likes you,
We'll
TJ.
work on your technique later, TJ. I think you're moldable.
Wow, you guys, I've never had someone believe in me as much as you guys do.
Meanwhile, Meryl is leaning over to Cersei and they're like chuckling together weirdly because like birds can't really chuckle, but they're going
He's like,
like hackling over there?
yeah. Like they're
TJ
talking
like
mad
starts like
shit about
pretending to
TJ.
choke to imitate them.
he's like, yeah,
Right. Yeah. So we'll.
Are
save it-
you
save it
okay?
for
Just
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Just
We'll work
take
on it
deep
later.
breaths. Deep
No more.
breaths.
Just
yeah, this feels good.
Breathe in the earthy air.
Oh, I love the earth.
Earthy air.
The air is so earthy.
So, has anybody decided what we're looking for when we get to the stump?
It's the
Well,
clues?
It's actually like right around this corner. So as you travel on the road, TJ points to a trail to the left. The trail is larger than what you would expect for deer or other animals to use as a trail, but it's not so large that people would immediately recognize it as a walking trail. It's not large enough that your horses would be able to go through it. It's like a person-sized trail. Here it is,
All
folks.
Like, the stump is a walking path?
I mean, like, there's a stump, but it's like you go through the like down the trail, and then there's a stump because it's a tree stump, and trees live in the forest,
Yeah.
right, Misphi?
Yeah.
I know trees.
Yeah.
Right?
We
You're gonna
got
have to
Good job.
dismount your horse.
Yeah, why don't we tie the horses to a tree
Yep,
and
that's-
we'll walk down the path and we'll check out the stump and I'm sure there'll be some really obvious clue as to what we're supposed to do next. Because otherwise, you know, the mayor wouldn't have sent us on this quest. I mean, unless he knew that it was going to be easy for us.
TJ is for sure petting a horse and being like, nay. Nay. Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Good job.
Is he doing that to my horse? Because now I feel uncomfortable.
He's actually
For the
doing it to your
horse.
leg.
Like,
It has just enough hair that he's like, that's a beautiful mane.
can I like kick him a little bit? Like, hey, cut that out.
Yeah, Cash must have said something offensive in horse.
In horse.
Ugh. I never speak horse.
Well, I guess we better get walking down the trail.
All right, let's go.
Let's
I'll
go,
lead.
guys.
All right, so you're gonna lead. The trail is short, and it opens to a clearing in the woods. So the trail was maybe, I don't know, like 300, doesn't really matter. So the trail is short and it opens to a clearing in the woods. A large weathered stump from a massive tree sits proudly in the center of this clearing.
You know,
Big enough, yeah.
that stump looks proud.
It is a very,
What
It's a very
proud stump.
old tree.
Just a proud stump.
it's,
And I don't normally say that about stumps. I don't really care about trees. I fly.
Do you think it would be offended if I stood on it?
I would be offended.
He like
kind of
leans
had
over.
The feeling you'd be offended, Misphi. So
We
honestly,
shouldn't
I'm glad I
offend the healer.
asked. I'm
TJ
glad I
like
asked.
leans down to whisper in Stan's ear, I totally took a leak on that trunk before. Like, it's fine. But he does not want Misphi to hear. So Misphi does not hear this.
Stan stomps on his foot and says, "We do not share secrets."
Did
TJ."
Circe hear that?
Whatever the angry person.
Yeah.
So who's gonna touch it first?
Are we supposed to touch it?
Are we still talking about the stump?
Yeah.
Definitely. The
Yes, the
stump.
stump.
Well, hang on a second, because so
Which
it's
stump?
big enough. It's big enough that all four of you could sit on it for a picnic. And behind the stump, about 50 feet back, is a dark cave.
I'm going to guess that's where we need to go.
Cave stump. He said cave stump.
He
this
did
has
say
got to
the
be
stumpy cave.
Should we check the stump
stumpy
first?
little cave.
I mean, we.
Meryl turns his eagle eye upon the stump. Can I roll perception?
Yeah.
Would it
roll-
be investigation? or
Actually, it'd be an
perception?
investigation because you're looking for something specific.
Clues.
Are you sure it can't be perception?
It's totally going to be
Okay,
investigation.
come on, mama. Be nice to me tonight. Oh, 19.
Nice.
You sound like you were on like the Price is Right.
Come on. Well, God, after my rolls last.
So with a 19, I'm going to describe to you what you see. And then because you're the one who sees it, you have to dialogue to the rest of the people if you want them to know what it is. Okay. So
Okay.
with a 19, you see a couple things. You see a gold coin lodged in a crack in the stump where it's fallen out of an offering bag and it's been left behind. And you also see, like, if you kind of like peek to the side with your beautiful eagle eyes, and you spot a wet scrap of parchment that was snagged by a sharp piece of bark and has ripped away from a larger piece of paper. It's wet from the elements, and some of the parts are smeared, but you are able to see where it says, dwarves will not be allowed to transfer jewels from the Low Garum Mountains through Bridgmond. Outsourcing mining operations will be forced. And that's where, like, there's smearing before and smearing afterwards, but that's what you get. And also, because you rolled higher than a 15, you also see a faint outline in the stump that looks really unnatural. So that's what you see. Disperse the knowledge as you will.
I
Is that-
saw something on the stump.
That's
No way.
great.
Well, I have
What?
very good vision. You could say I have the eyes of a hawk.
You're not a hawk.
Eagle eye?
Whatever.
Eagle
Anyway,
eye.
what did you see?
My notes keep blowing away. Well, I saw several things. There seems to be some sort of currency, perhaps a coin of gold, that has fallen into a crack in the stump.
Let's
And
give it to Misphi. She doesn't have any left.
yeah, Misphi, this is for you.
You can have the gold.
It's okay. You can.
No, Misphi,
I don't need gold.
I insist.
Can I investigate the gold? Do we know? Is that like a standard gold piece? Can we look at it? Can we take it?
Alfonzo, I'm not giving it to you. I'll investigate it myself.
Wow.
Listen. Listen.
I want to investigate. I don't want to keep it. I'll give you the gold. I don't care.
I think you both lost a little too much blood.
Yeah, to be
that's
fair,
possible.
Yeah,
I'm
we're not
still
having a
not
good
feeling
day.
good.
I'm still not going to give you the coin. I think I'm just going to keep it.
Who is investigating the coin?
Alfonso, it sounds like.
I'd like to, but if you want to, you can.
You're probably going to roll better than me. So
Well, I only have a +1 for investigation, so if you have something better, you could do it.
Meryl says, I'm doing this because I'm a great politician. And, you seem nice. So, and I'm sorry you got shot or whatever. And then he hands you the coin.
I also am sorry you got shot.
Thank you.
Look at us.
I do want to point out
It's more like a
Alfonso
little-
was stabbed, but totally fine.
Right. But that's,
I wasn't paying attention.
Semantics.
It's fine. I wasn't worried about it.
There's also this piece of wet parchment. It looks like it got stuck on the bark.
19 +1. So 20, but not a nat 20.
Okay, it is a very new, it's the standard currency that's used in Bridgman, that's used throughout the realm. However, it is a very newly minted one. So it's not one that has been around for a long time.
So guys, this is a brand new coin. There's a serial number on it. It says very new.
fresh.
There's something like that. I don't know.
That's how serial
Newly
numbers work.
minted. It's fresh. This is a fresh coin. And here, you can have it since it's just normal, but we should just know this.
He grabs it back and Meryl just bites it. And it bends straight in half because he has a big old beak and he says, it's real. And it tastes brand spanking new.
I'm glad we agree.
Wow. Ugh.
Coming
Look, we're
together
gonna be
as
friends.
one.
I sense the beginning of something. Probably a beautiful friendship.
Probably.
Who knows?
Let's
So
not
what did the
gamble on it
paper
yet.
say?
The wet parchment that I found on the stump.
Yes.
It said something about dwarves, and I think it might have been part of that the law that was passed that said that dwarves can't transport jewels anymore. The one that he said made the
Oh, the
dwarves so
thing that
mad.
the mayor
Meriwether said.
he made them angry.
Yes.
And this was the explaining that?
I think it was either explaining it or maybe it was part of the declaration, but it talked about something about forcing outside mining operations. And I don't know what that means, but the word forcing makes me uncomfortable. I don't like to be forced to do anything.
Yeah, like Uncle Mayor never mentioned that. He just, he told everybody, that cared that my dad, Chief, that he wasn't gonna let the people transport their jewels and stuff because they couldn't pay enough or something. But he didn't say anything about mining. That we're not a particular mining people. We can do anything. That's what I've been told, but we don't.
Beautiful.
But we don't.
Very well said, TJ.
He can do anything.
We just don't. There's also a weird, funny outline on the top of the stump. I'm not sure what it is, so maybe we should investigate that too. You seem pretty keen over there. You want to investigate that stump a little closer?
I can investigate the stump a little closer.
Go for it.
No, he can't.
I will
3.
take a look. I will take a look.
You're looking at
I
that
have a
tree
feeling
and you're
Misphi
like,
is gonna be good at this.
I'm 90% sure this was a spruce. Yeah.
Ooh.
You're
those
like,
spruces.
those
Wow.
spruces.
Hey guys, this is a spruce.
That's helpful. Thank you.
well, I got
welcome.
8.
Mm.
What do I add to it?
That
Perception.
one- investigation
+3.
+3. With that, you're able to correctly say that this was not a spruce, that this was probably an oak. And that
I'm
you're
a
like,
bad wood elf.
Looks like this was an oak, guys. Can I lick it?
I think
You
that
can do
that may
whatever you
help you
want.
identify it.
Yeah.
If
Miss
she- can she
V
get
is gonna
advantage if
bend
she licks
down
it?
and just kind of touch the tip of her tongue.
where on the top of the tree are you going to
Right
gently
in
touch?
In the belly
dimple.
button.
The belly button,
In
yes.
the dimple.
And the dimple of the oak.
The stumple.
Stumble.
Because you are a druid, you can taste the pain. But that's about it.
The
Feel
pain
so
of the tree?
sad for
In the
this
belly
tree.
button of the tree, that's what you get. That's the umbilical cord of the tree.
Oh,
The pain of the tree.
God, this is getting very anatomical.
I
Miss V
mean,
has a little tear that comes down because she can feel the pain. of
the
this.
tree
We're all
absorbs your
sad.
teardrop and is appreciative. I
it
actually
was
don't know
dead.
jack shit about the tree.
Meryl is patting Cersei on the head. Because Cersei looks sad too. Yeah.
I like
I
that.
And she
hear you, buddy, I
like
hear you.
nuzzles your beak
Yeah.
and kind of pecks at your feathers like you had a
Okay,
bug.
okay.
Mm.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, I guess I'll take a look at the small hole.
What? You want to try that again? And say literally anything else?
I'm keeping that. That's canon.
Yep.
I mean,
Gonna look at the small hole.
What else would it be?
But not in a hot
The
way.
dent?
Yeah. So talk to me about how you're checking in on this small hole.
Right. Yeah. So can I investigate it?
Yeah.
Great.
Go. All right. So as you walk over to the cave, you immediately see a large pit in the stone. The pit looks deep and it's about 10 feet across in both directions. If you want to know more, you have to roll for it.
Great. I think I'd like to know more about the cave before I enter.
All right. So give me an investigation roll.
Oh boy, guys, better roll a high one. I don't have any modifier.
You could also give a nature check. Either
Well, I got a 4.
I'll roll a nature check.
one. Ooh, you're like, man, that is a deep pit. That is, especially for a little man like
For a
Stan.
little guy like me, that is one big
That is like
cave.
eternity. Yeah.
So Meryl is now wandering around the edge of the clearing, like kind of moving his fingers in a graceful fashion and looking around wistfully.
You look like you're playing the harp.
This is how he communes with nature.
Feel the
And
earthen air
He
through your
rolled a
wings.
15. So what does he figure out about the cave?
While he's
So
communing.
is that nature or investigation?
I rolled nature.
Okay. So with a 15, you know that first of all, if you fall into the pit, that it likely won't kill you, but it would hurt you a decent amount. So you're like, probably should stay clear.
You
of
and
that.
I need to stay
Well,
far
good thing
away.
Meryl can fly.
Yes. And again, this is something that like I'm telling you and you
Right,
can
I'll
see,
tell
but
them.
yeah.
I'm ready.
Right.
You also note that this is not a natural cave formation. This pit was carved or mined to be like a trap or a deterrent for this cave.
I get the feeling we should stay away from this cave.
Why do you feel
Why
that?
do you?
Or at least be very careful. I'm communing with nature, you see. I love nature. I spend all my time in the skies with the trees, hate the ground, whatever. I love nature. And nature is telling me we need to be careful with the pit. If you're falling, it's really going to hurt.
We can't afford to get hurt.
Well, some of us can.
I'm like really on board
Pointedly
with not
stares at
getting
Misphi.
hurt. Yeah.
My bad, guys.
Stan, you're very small, so if you fell in there, I don't think you'd ever make it out.
I wouldn't do something as dumb as to fall in the pit.
Well,
That's nice. I fell into a pit once. It was
Yeah.
dark.
Yeah.
But not in a hot way.
I mean, anywhere with you would be a hot way, babe.
Oh,
And he like does a really awkward wink that's just more like a facial twitch. But he tried.
Stan gives him a fist bump.
Yeah.
You're learning, Teach. Keep it up. Keep it up.
everyone nods
It's
proudly.
working.
Oh. Sorry, one more thing. I will also say that as you were communing with nature, you did see a small footpath to the right within the cave, like surrounding the circle of doom.
Like alongside the edge of the pit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, nature told me one more thing.
Oh,
What
do
is
tell.
that?
There's a path in there in the dark, but we have to be very careful because one wrong step, and then he does like a really dramatic pose with like one arm in the air, can lead to your doom.
I think you have to fall over because you're injured. You don't get to be that stealthy.
I'm not stealthy, I'm performing. I would have a very high performance role.
Yeah, actually do a performance roll because
I can't do math.
what do you have?
17, I think. No, 16.
16? All right, so you get your arm up there and you only wince a little bit at the fact that you're definitely bleeding down your feathers.
it is pain.
But you hold that pose. You hold it and they're like wowed.
like the proud performer
I'm
you are.
impressed.
It
I'll
hurts.
give
It
to you.
hurts. It hurts to create beauty in the world. you guys.
Beauty is pain.
Beauty is pain.
So let's hit that cave, but stay away from that pit.
Did nature give any indication to you what's on the other side of that path?
Absolutely not.
Let's go.
Let's
go check it
take
out.
a look.
Okay, so this path is literally single file. They're like as you're
I
going.
shall lead.
Oh, the leader.
Oh, I was gonna vote to leave or
Wow.
lead, but
Then I think you should.
I will lead.
Yeah.
I will.
You can have it this time.
I will do it.
TJ, who is not okay with being in cramped spaces, he's like, "I'm gonna love you from afar." Just, you know, back
It's okay.
here
You don't
behind
have
it.
any sort of fight training, so I don't want you to get hurt.
I mean, like, I am
Aw.
a guard to the man. But hey,
Way to
that's
look
really
strong.
sweet. Thanks.
Yep.
But I'll be back here, you know, like just, and he like goes right behind Stan and he like grips his pants the way that Stan gripped his. And he's like, I'm learning, man, right behind you. I got your pants.
But
TJ,
Brandy, with my nature check, did I get to, do I know how deep the cave is or if it's just like a tunnel to like something else on the other side?
You know that the pit is, You know that the pit is deep, that it is deep enough that it would like you'd
It hurt
take
us, yeah.
you wouldn't die, but you would get in. Well, you might die. I don't know.
Isn't that
you know
life?
that, but you don't know how deep the cave itself is or what direction it's going.
Okay, well then. Meryl's just standing there waving as everyone else has already started walking towards the cave. And I hope you enjoy this, and I'm happy I could provide you all this information. I will not be going underground again.
Yeah, Stan bites his wing and says, "Come on, let's go."
Ow! I'm gonna be in the back.
Oh, you can be behind me. Do you want my pants? We can form a train. A pant train. A pain.
TJ.
Oh, no,
As long as you watch behind us, we can do whatever.
No, we can't. TJ, please keep your pants away from me.
Oh, all right, man. Whatever you
TJ,
want.
you can hold my bird though.
Wow, so soon.
I'm learning to speak birds. Gah!
That's offensive. TJ.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You just swore in bird.
Oh, forgive me. And he like tries to like bow, but there's like a pit nearby, so he kind of like stumbles a little bit, and like Stan has to grab him a bit to make sure
By
he
the
doesn't
pants.
bow himself
By the
into a pit.
Pull him back up by the
And
string.
it gives
keep a
him a
hand on
wedgie.
TJ.
Get out of yourself, champ. You're still in training.
Sorry. Do you think I offended the horse outside?
Probably.
There's a good chance.
Yep.
Doesn't matter. Horses are offensive. Let's go.
Okay.
I take offense to that.
All right, so as you go down the path, you see a dark pass-through kind of tucked away about as tall as the average man. And as you're kind of going single file down this passage, so Misphi, you start to notice, because you're in the front, that the path is angling downward, but the walls and the ceiling are getting higher around you until eventually the ceiling itself drops away and it opens to the outside. So you're not underground so much as you were underground, and you've like gone down low enough that you're no longer in this rock formation. But there are still high, you're tucked inside this ancient path that curves further into the forest. So at this point, you're probably a little over half a mile from the cave entrance. The sky is above you. The carved rock walls are tall beside you. But now they're opening wider and wider until they reveal a gathering of small structures. The settlement of sorts hidden in this clearing deep in the wilderness. Children of different races, some half-orcs, some gnomes, some humans, some tieflings. They're running around, laughing and playing. Adults are boiling dinner over fires. It's what you would expect a caravan to look like if a caravan just stopped for a week. So, what do you think? What do you do?
What's going on?
I did not expect this.
I'm certainly not good with children, unfortunately. Misphi, what do you
Yeah,
think
you
we
don't
should
strike
do?
me as a kids guy.
I think we should ask around, like, what's going on?
I can also talk to children. I'm very paternal in nature.
You may just be close to their level. They
Yeah,
get
TJ,
you.
why don't you go ask some of the teenagers what's going on around here?
You
I
know,
bet they'll give you the
Stan,
real
sometimes
tea.
you cut me deep. And I'm going to refrain from talking about who's on whose level with children. Okay.
Oh.
That's fair. Tish.
Oh,
I'm learning.
everybody, let's just get along.
So go ask the children. So what you want TJ to do?
Yes,
Okay.
fetch boy.
So he kind of stumbles
Fetch is never gonna be a
forward.
thing, Gretchen. Stop
And
trying to fetch a thing.
he's like, he tries to like kind of reach out, but then he realizes reaching out and like touching a random child would probably not go over too well. So he's like, hey, tag him in. Anybody? No. Okay. Freeze. Huh? Candy. No, that's bad. I shouldn't.
Take
I'm
a
kidding.
deep breath, buddy. Take
And
a deep
finally,
breath.
one of the kids, a little half orc, comes up and he's like, "Oh, you're new. Hi. Oh, I shouldn't talk to strangers." And another little girl comes up and she's a little tiefling and she's like, "Durgan, what are you doing? Come on, it's your turn." He's like, "Well, this guy came up and he's like," she's like, "Oh, okay. Hi. Are you playing?" And I just love doing just scenes where I just talk to myself. It's great.
You're doing so well.
Thank you. And he's like,
It's precious.
"Hey, I'm like actually TJ. It's a nickname. You probably all have nicknames. So listen, I'm new here. It's nice to meet you. I'd love to join your game, but I've got super important business because I'm a super important guard guy." And they're like, oh, that's so cool. Oh, okay. Now, if you're a guard guy, then I'm a dragon. And if I'm a dragon and you're a guard guy, then you have to like get me. And he's like, I really just like want to know, like, do you have parents? And the little orc kid gets very quiet and he's like, not anymore.
Oh.
But I'm staying with a nice couple. They're really great. So I can show you to them if you really want to meet them. And he's like, oh man, that'd be super cool. What's your name, little dude? My name's Durgan Rockfist. See? And he holds up his little fist and he's like a rock. He's like,
I love Durgan.
and the other little girl is like, all right, you guys have fun. We're going to go play. Bye. And she just runs off. And so little Durgan Rockfist brings TJ. Are you guys following TJ or how?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Are you guys listening? Like, how close are you to this interaction?
We're right
Like-
behind him.
like-
Oh, yeah.
We have
Yeah.
to monitor TJ at all times.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Totally
Plus,
fair.
he has my
Everyone's
bird,
just
so
standing there with
does have
open
your
mouth
bird.
of like how badly he botched that whole conversation,
Yeah.
but still
We like
managed to
couldn't
get us to
even
talk to
intervene
someone.
because it was like watching a car crash. Like
Yeah.
we couldn't. You were like, well,
just
he
can't look
did
away.
good though, man. He
Yeah.
did good.
So, as Durgan is walking past or like walking TJ forward, he's just like babbling. He's like, man, I really love your bird. That's got to be such a cool bird. I've always wanted an animal. Do you think
Thank
that there's
you.
a tiger?
Hi, yeah. My name's Meryl. It's nice to meet you. Do you want an autograph, little guy?
You're a big bird.
That I am. And he
He's
puts
just
his
not
hands on his
yellow.
hips.
Wow, you have
Yellow.
so
Why would
many
I be stamped?
The big bird. Come on.
You know, on Stephanie Street.
Sounds like some cheap kids TV show.
Cheap.
Cheap.
Loving this. So little Durgan Rockfist, kind of grabs TJ's hand and starts dragging him. He's like, you got to show my bird or your bird over to Ursa. Ursa's so great. She's like the coolest person ever. And so he brings you over to a halfling who is sitting by this fire who has, you assume is either like fostering or has adopted young little Durgan. And so Ursa is sitting there by the fire and she looks up and immediately drops the spoon, starts kind of like looking interested until she locks eyes with Alfonzo. So somebody roll an insight check.
I got a 20.
You got a nat 20? So with a nat 20, you know that Alfonzo is clearly, no offense, the best person, like best dressed person because he is like former nobleman. In the way that he holds himself and everything gives this air of authority. And she is frankly terrified. And she immediately starts ushering Durgan behind her. And there is something about authority figures that is terrifying to this woman. And you recognize as somebody who is on a mission on behalf of the mayor, who is another authority figure that is a local authority figure, might not be the best idea to mention that.
All right, Misphi is going to put her hand on Alfonzo and kind of back him up, be like, they think that
Hey.
you're intimidating. And
Oh, well, all right.
you're the
I
best
will,
dressed person here.
Alfonso literally takes it as a compliment.
Straightening his coat.
Yeah. No, okay. Fix my collar a little bit. You know, tighten up.
Stan, it might be up to us to talk to this sweet woman and make sure that she'll tell us what we need to know because
I'll kind of hang back.
Alfonso scared her.
Okay,
I'm
good
pretty
idea.
sure it's going to be up to me, not us. But that's okay. You can get the autograph from the kid. Stan like walks up to the lady.
Meryl's shaking his big old bird head.
How did you find us? What are you doing? Also, what is your, no, that's rude. Who are you?
Well, I'm Stan, and you are.
I'm Ursa, and please, who are you here for?
Oh, I see. Yes. We're not here to do anything scary. You seem a little scared. I apologize for that. My friend over there, he wears shoes. Those can be intimidating. You'll notice I don't have shoes. Much less intimidating when you don't wear shoes.
I do like my shoes.
Well,
The shoes are very shiny.
Yeah.
Why is there so much
We'll
shine?
talk to him.
You know, I could never place what I didn't like about you. It's the shoes. Just
I
so
like-
uptight.
I like my shiny boots.
Yurza definitely tickles her very naked toes into the dirt.
Naked toes.
Don't say naked toes on this podcast.
I love that.
Oh.
This is not a podcast.
Are
Anyway,
you offended by
There's
my
something in
naked
his soul.
toes?
Sam looks up from her naked toes and continues the conversation. We were really just taking a stroll, and we happened upon you. So maybe
A
you could.
stroll through an ancient walkway through a dark pitted cave.
Well,
Roll deception. Just roll deception.
17.
A stroll. That's an interesting stroll. You must really love rocks, I suppose.
Yes, actually, our friend Misphi here loves rocks. You were having some yesterday. Remember that?
It was delicious.
Good. See, so something in common, not threatening. We were just on our way to find some ice cream, and we got lost.
Well, I don't know ice cream, but we don't eat rocks here. I mean, things have been tight for sure, but we eat vegetables and not rocks. You eat rocks?
No, not directly.
She indirectly eats rocks, is what I meant to say.
Yes,
And
I
that's
had
okay.
water on river rocks.
Oh,
It gives it an earthy flavor.
Oh, we actually have plenty of, and she starts to kind of like, as the more she talks, the more she's kind of calming down, and she releases a little bit of like the grip that she has on Durgan. And he immediately runs right up to TJ and like starts clucking at the bird, and like they're having a little bit of a good time as TJ's just like just
Cersei
hanging
found
out.
a friend.
And she's like, all right, if you would like, there's plenty of earthen food and flavor in this pot. If you would like to partake and have a seat, is there any? I mean, if you're just here on a stroll, then I suppose you'll just be on your way afterwards.
That's very nice of you. I can actually relate to these children because I was an orphan as well.
You were?
Mm-hmm. Yep, I was found in a forest. As I had transformed myself into a wolf pup. I was 4 years old.
You're one of the druids. Oh, we have heard of your kind. We used to have a druid among our ranks, but he left. He went to go teach at university. That is
I don't know my
wonderful.
parents. The trauma that I had gone through, I had kind of suppressed that. So I don't know who my parents are.
Durgan doesn't remember much of his parents either. If we could have only stopped it from that damned mayor, none of this would have happened.
Mayor, excuse me. What mayor are you talking about? It wouldn't happen to be a mayor with a, the name
Tall hat.
or tall hat.
Very tall hat.
Key that he keeps under it. Anything like that.
You said you were out for a stroll. You were leading me to believe you know more. Are you here on behalf of the mayor?
No, that guy, he's a little bit loony. Just wanted to make sure we weren't talking about the same guy. He's not messing with you, is he?
The entire reason our collection of settlements exists is because of that man. We were part of the town. We believed, and we didn't exactly vote for him, but we believed he would be what's best. And since then, look, you should probably talk to Elias. He is the one in charge of our settlement, if you truly are interested in more information. Maybe you would like to convene here. We have a settlement opened. Some people decided to move further north. We've become more of a tribe of ins and outs, odds and ends.
I'm so sorry that happened to you.
Thank you.
I knew that guy was a little fishy.
I never liked his hat.
No.
Too big.
It was as tall as me, and that threatened me quite a lot.
Mm.
I did notice it was also shiny. I don't really trust shiny things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So she goes, she kind of still a little apprehensive. She holds Durgan's hand and kind of walks with him over to a taller man who is like really lanky, and he's a half elf. And
He's
she,
shiny.
huh?
Shiny.
Not shiny.
That's good.
Very neutral dress
Cersei
wear.
would have Adam then.
Kind of like very like what you would expect, like a homesteader who makes their own clothes to wear, like very exposed stitch patterns and all of that. and he really like the shirt wears him more than he wears the shirt. Like he's that skinny, but he nods with an authority as he's talking to her, and then he kind of looks over at you and he ushers you over with his hand.
In the meantime, can I roll for stealth and be wandering around the camp hidden?
Ooh.
You'll be walking around in a bush.
I will say
I'm a wood elf. I can do that.
I love that for you.
Canonically, you're a bush.
Yes.
When you're hidden, you are just a
I'm
bush with
just-
feet.
Like I like
you're just like the
stand up with the bush,
Scooby
I
Doo.
shuffle
Yeah,
and
and
set
you
the bush
feel
back
so
down.
like elegant,
And my head like pops out and I
Yes.
look around.
you feel
back
so
in.
damn sneaky.
They do that in Fortnite. You'd be really popular with the kids.
I just want you to wear like a flower ring around your head as you pop up, so
Yes.
it's
Oh,
like
heck
it's
yes.
like you're blooming.
And my braid is like exposed a little bit in the back.
Yeah.
I have long braided hair, by the way.
I just learned that about you
luxurious.
right now. That's amazing.
That's-
Well, a little beyond shoulder length.
It's very noble of you. That's a
Yes.
very noble hairstyle.
It is. It's very well kept.
Just to clarify.
Yes.
Okay.
It's like not a strand is out of place.
So I'm gonna have you roll for sneak, and we'll say a DC 10 because it's nighttime and people feel safe here, so they wouldn't
Okay.
really be super
Roll for
suspicious.
And I have a +6 because stealth.
right because Ranger, yeah.
Yeah, so 16.
Okay, yeah. So you are definitely skulking, sneaking about
in a bush.
in a bush, like doing the little
Not in a hot way.
as you walk.
Oh man, not in the highway.
No.
Not
You're not in
today,
a bush
buddy.
in the hot way.
Oh.
Okay, so Misphi, are you because you
Regular
were pushing
bush.
him back? So are you with the two of like where are you at with this?
I'm with Meryl and Stan.
Okay. So as Elias kind of pulls you or like ushers you over, do you go over to him?
Sorry, who are you asking?
Who like the three of you because he's
Yeah.
ushering the three of you over.
I think we go
Well,
see the
four,
mayor.
including TJ.
Yeah. Yes.
And all right, so this guy, Elias, he's like, hello, nice to meet you. I haven't seen your kind around here before. And then he just stares off into the distance like he just had like a tragic memory. And then he looks back like it never happened.
He had a vision like that, so Raven.
No, he just had like what he
Oh, snap.
believes would be a flashback. Like, I haven't seen your kind around here before.
Amazing. So he's
Wow.
pretending to have a vision like in That's So Raven. That's even
Oh,
campier.
maybe.
True.
Good for him.
You can roll an insight check.
18, 19.
19. This guy is like trying really hard to give that tragic backstory 50-yard stare. He's failing terribly at it. Probably he might not have a tragic backstory, and he's just like trying to be like I'm really affected. He's like the this affects me too, you know. But then he like jumps right back into the conversation, like it doesn't actually affect him.
Painful.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice to meet you. I'm Meryl. I mean,
Yeah, you are.
Meryl Cheep. It's nice to meet you, sir.
It's nice to meet you as well, and welcome to our community. Are you also displaced, dispossessed? Welcome. We welcome everyone here.
Well, I suppose you could say that. We weren't expecting to find this. We were just out for a stroll in the woods.
He looks down. He looks down at Yrsa. He's like a stroll in the woods. She's like, they really like rocks.
We do. Misphi right here especially loves rocks. Just
And Misphi is just
absolutely.
kind of like staring blankly because she's like feeling guilty about everybody lying that we're just taking out for a stroll.
loves rocks. She's thinking about them right now. Igneous, sedimentary, all of the rocks.
Obsessively picking Circe's.
That is so many rocks. Wow, you must be professionals. That's
Professional
So,
rock stars.
oh, interesting. Okay, all right.
Yes. Yup. Professional rock stars. We are a band. I'm the front man. It's great to meet you. And we're touring. We're just wandering around.
Roll deception with disadvantage because you already told Yrsa that you know enough about the mayor that you would like that you're changing your story. So roll deception with disadvantage.
Hang on, I fell.
You can't keep rolling.
No, twice because of disadvantage.
Oh, I see.
So he takes the lowest.
13.
He just
13.
does this in typical board games too. He
Oh,
doesn't-
yeah.
13 you said?
Yeah.
Okay. I must be honest here. It's my job to ensure the safety and security of everybody here. So I'm going to have to ask you one time. Why are you here? How did you find us? And please know that all of the people here are armed and can be dangerous.
Stan stomps on Meryl's foot. Real discreet, Meryl. How are we gonna fix this?
All right, we're not a band. I'm sorry. I'm a performer by nature. We really were just out for a walk in the woods. We saw a cave. We weren't expecting to see the cave. They all wanted to go into the cave. I didn't want to go into the cave.
Why didn't you want to go into the cave?
Look at me. I'm a bird. Do birds belong in
Be
caves?
nice to him.
Sorry.
Thank
It's
you.
been a long day. My wing really hurts. I got shot by an actor. Too soon.
It's pretty normal in the performing field.
That does sound like a day.
Yeah, it sucked. And so we were trying to walk it off. And I mean, we really didn't expect to find anything on the other side of this cave. We just thought we'd go and see what was inside. And instead we found you.
Yurza pipes up. They know about the mayor. And TJ.
I wondered when he was gonna come back.
He
Yeah.
always comes back.
Yeah, he sure does.
He overhears this through like the clucking of Durgan and like the and Cersei, and he's like, "Oh, like Uncle Mayor?
Oh, TJ.
Yeah. Oh, you guys must be talking about my Uncle Mayor, Mayor Merryweather. Oh,
Can
this-
I come out from sneaky and like grab him and cover his mouth?
Pull him into the bush.
Yeah, Meryl would like to try and do like a flying tackle, like before
Every
he
time
says
you fly, things happen. that
before he gets to the part where he says, my uncle, and then says his full title, Mayor Merryweather.
So here's what we'll do. If you can, because people talk quickly, TJ talks quickly. If you can roll me the equivalent of a 19 or higher to in acrobatics, actually no, because you're acrobatic, we're gonna say 20. If you can roll me a 20 or higher, doesn't have to be a nat 20, in acrobatics to flying tackle TJ before he gets those words out, then I will give it to you. What did you get?
No, I got a 4. Plus 3 is 7.
You go to flying tackle TJ, and he's just, my Uncle Merryweather.
I think I miss.
Yeah,
I go to tackle him.
You
I
let him
miss.
hurt wing.
my Uncle Merryweather. He's just like, oh God. Oh, sorry. As I was saying, my Uncle Mary. Oh my God. I was flustered by the by Meryl here. My uncle Mayor Merryweather. He got me this job. And yours is like, job? What job? You were out on a stroll. I'm like a kind of a guard for the mayor. I'm like, my mom wanted me to get a job.
Stan's doing like jumping jacks. Like, TJ, we don't talk to strangers. Rule number 2. But he can't. He's not saying it because, you know.
Merle.
Wow.
Merle pops up and says, "Wait, TJ, the mayor is your uncle?"
Did we not talk about? I thought we talked about this. Did we not?
I rolled a nat 20 on deception.
Oh.
The first thing that TJ ever understands.
Oh, right. No. I was talking about a different Uncle Mayor Merryweather. It's a very common name.
That
where
seems kind
I'm
of like an important
from.
thing you probably should have told us before we walked around the woods, TJ.
Well, did you talk about your uncle, Meryl, or your Aunt Cheryl, or your Aunt Beryl? I don't know. Gosh. Anyway,
Meryl is sitting on the ground trying to meditate.
Durgan, do you want to like go play tag? I don't know. This looks kind of important, man. Oh, all right. And he just kind of looks awkwardly. And as you guys are standing here, kind of like in a glare off because there's a lot of tension, you hear a really high pitched, kind of flirty giggle coming from around one of the tents. And
Is it Alfonso in the bush?
it's not Alfonso.
Ooh.
Alfonso is like trying to like kind of get his hands on. Right? Is that what you're doing? Like trying to get your hands on TJ? You're like,
I was trying to do that. I was going to do that, and then before I could sneakily just get him out of sight.
Right, Meryl did something dumb again.
Yeah, Meryl decided to fly in and have
You're
a good
doing
time.
really well on this stealth mission.
I'm chaotic good. What am I supposed to do? I'm not very stealthy.
chaotic neutral, I'd say.
So So you see, you hear before you see. So you hear this high-pitched, kind of flirtatious giggle as this young blonde woman kind of skips around this corner, and TJ immediately is like, Lily, it's so good to see you. Gosh, we've been like kind of looking a lot of well, this is really the first place we checked, but it's so good to see you. Guys, this is my cousin Lily.
What?
Like the Lily.
Well, this was easier than we thought.
She's like, oh my God, TJ. Okay, so I'm like really surprised to see you because
Stan cuts her off and just walks up and said, hey, how's it going? Stan Smallman, I know we haven't met. We've got really important things to tell you, but we got to do it the other direction. What do you say? You hop on my back and we start running.
I'm here. Look,
Yep.
are you from my dad?
No, I don't. Dad? What's a dad? Don't have one of those.
Misphi pipes us and it's like, yes, we were sent here by your dad to come find you.
You can't take me back. I won't let you. You don't understand. Like, I am here and I'm making a difference. Like, you don't understand the things that this guy is capable of. And Elias, like, gently puts his arm, like he stands as a barrier between her and you. Somebody roll an insight check.
I'm not present, so.
8.
You're like, you look at this guy, and he's like, he seems like an okay leader, you know? He stands in front of you and he's like, I'm sorry, you are looking for leader here? Why? No, she is one of my people and you cannot take her.
Can you tell us what happened between you and the mayor?
Who exactly is asking and why? Like, I don't even know you.
Well, we want to know you. Well, I do anyway.
And TJ's like,
We all do. So badly.
he's like, Lily, me, my future wife.
Oh, okay, Tej. Right, we skipped a lot of steps. Alfonzo, I'm wondering where you're at and if you want to maybe mitigate some conversation. How are things going over there, noble guy?
In your
I woke up-
bush.
I can come out of hiding whenever. So
Okay.
I will come out of hiding.
Great.
Be like, hey.
Oh, there you
Hey,
are.
Hey.
Alfonso, I've been looking for you.
Yeah.
You want to do something to save us?
So, TJ, let's let's go for a walk. Why don't we let the adults figure this out, and we can let them do it.
I bet you can show them that cool bush.
Yeah.
Oh, you
I'll
got
show
a
you
bush?
my bush.
Not in a hot way.
I'm gonna have TJ roll to see if he
for
understands
bush.
an innuendo or not. I'm gonna say if he gets above a 10, he totally gets it. He got a 12. It's like really nice of you, but I'm sure you probably clocked that I'm like into Misphi and she's of
Okay,
the
time out.
female
That's
persuasion.
not. Stop it. No, that's not what I meant.
I'm
That
not
was a
trying to
joke.
make you
It was a
offended.
joke.
Oh,
We were
yeah.
joking. You know, I know you're not there yet, but remember you're learning.
Yeah,
That
bros,
was
right.
This is a learning moment.
Yeah, like
Why
we're-
don't I explain to you while we let the group figure this out with leader, because it sounds like this is more complicated and you're making it worse.
Ooh, oh yeah, no, thanks for giving it to me straight. Straight, that's me.
Happy
So that's
Samesies,
fine.
Remember, joke.
Yeah, totally, right. Bros, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, bye, Lily. I'll see you soon. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Wasn't there food? We could have some food.
I love
Remember, they
food.
offered us food. We could have some veggies.
So as he's leaving, Leader just stares after him, and she's like, "I had no idea he would ever be here because he's an idiot. What is happening here? Did you
It's
guys?"
so gratifying to hear someone else say that. I've been thinking it this whole time, and I just thought maybe I was being rude.
Oh no, our whole family understands the level of TJ's TJ-ness. But he's sweet, we keep him around. He's good for a
free
laugh.
spirit.
He is such a free spirit. Thank you for recognizing him. I feel like you really see him. I'm glad
There's
you're his
more
future
to
wife.
him than what we know.
And TJ and I are having a great time walking towards the table of food that was offered to us, and I'm losing intelligence.
And meanwhile, TJ is gaining intelligence. He's just like, yeah, I feel like when she said it was earthy smell in this soup. Do you think that there's like actual earth?
Dude, you
got
gotta
to
tone it down.
Oh, sorry. I
Yeah.
mean, this
Remember,
is
you gotta-
delicious moss.
Let's just have some salad.
Love a good salad. Just, that's how I get these
Moss
muscles.
salad.
Yeah. And so Elias over there, he's like, I feel like we need to have a seat and a very honest discussion about why you are here.
I totally agree with that.
So he pulls up
Fine.
a couple of stumps that they have arranged around a fire. And he says, so you know that leader is here and that she has already told you it is of her own choice. She does not want to go back. So you need to explain to us why you are here, why her cousin is here, and why he's saying that there's an uncle or her father. Like, what is happening?
So Meryl crosses his legs and says, I think there's just been a little bit of a misunderstanding. Lily, your father's very worried about you. He thinks that you've been kidnapped and that you're hurt. He has no idea where you are, but it sounds like you came here because you wanted to.
Yeah, if anybody hurt me, he hurt me. And meanwhile, like, Elias is like, I was hurt once.
And then does the that's all
And then pauses for 5
Then he
minutes.
pauses for dramatic effect. And Leader obviously is like basically immune to this at this point. She just kind of waves him off. She's like, look, you don't understand what it was like, okay? I was just essentially trapped in a tower. He actually had bars over my windows, okay?
I saw that.
Yeah, oh, I'm glad somebody did because it took a hot second to get those off and then he found other ways to trap me. I was not a child to him. I was a possession. And besides, like, what does it even matter that I'm gone? What he just doesn't have another tool in his arsenal to woo his political prospects? Ridiculous. Like, besides, like, how did you even track me here of all places? Like, there's nothing tying me to this place.
The stump.
The
You ever
stump.
heard of it?
Yeah, the stump. The stump cave with the belly button.
This is the point where TJ and I return back to the fire.
You could have left TJ at the table, but that's okay.
Is that did we really want TJ just mindlessly wandering?
Well, no,
the
we
camp?
don't really want
Okay.
TJ to do anything, so it's a lose-lose.
TJ is definitely like he's bored with this, so he has a stick and he's just like kind of breaking it against a tree over and over again, and then like drawing a little bit in the dirt. Like
He's drawing a
TJ
heart.
loves
Yep,
Misphi,
I knew it was coming.
and
beautiful.
he's just bored, but he's standing nearby because he's guarding you guys for sure. That's like in his head. That's what he's doing.
Good for him.
Good job, TJ.
Glad
Really,
he's feeling useful.
It sounds like, okay, guys. I think we just have to be honest here. The guy's hurt her. He's hurt us. What are we gonna do?
I knew it. He was the bad guy.
Yep. I knew it all
Elias
along.
is like Elias looks at you guys. He's like, full stop though. How did you track Lily here? Because if somebody else tracks her here, all of my people are in danger.
Well, you're pretty close to the stump. Are you aware of that?
What is the deal with the stump?
It's really big.
He
It
brings-
draws a lot of
He
attention.
brings money to the stump.
There was a blackmail there going on. That's what he told us about.
He's being blackmailed. Are you
That
blackmailing
was
him?
why?
I don't think Lily knows that she's a bargaining chip, so maybe we should like break the news a little softer.
Somebody roll an insight
Give to her
check.
straight.
I'm gonna do that. You just.
Are you doing an insight check on Elias or on Lily?
Got it. Now I guess I don't know. Which one do I want?
Elias.
You think so? I think so too. You're right. Sorry. Oh, okay. Well, we're gonna learn a lot. 20.
So with a 20, not now, right?
No.
Okay, so with a 20, you're looking at Elias and he looks guilty, but also really confused. Once you mention blackmail, he like froze up in fear. Like this was not something that he had signed up for. This was like, you're talking in gibberish and he's not okay with it. He's like, look, I admit, look, we found money. We found money and information that helped the rebellion and
Rebellion?
That's what we are. All of our people have been displaced. We are hurt. And he looks off into the distance. And then Lily's like, besides, he didn't know anything about the blackmail. And Elias is like, blackmail? No, there was money and information that helped our cause. And yeah, we took it. And we have a lot of kids here, a lot of single women, a lot of fighters who are trying their best, but there's a lot of pain and suffering here. I feel like we've all seen that. And then he looks off into the distance and Leader's like, you're being ridiculous. Oh my God. Okay. Look, I am the one who blackmailed my dad.
Collective gas.
Oh.
Look, I knew from my
Bold.
maids
I like it.
about the rebellion, and I've seen some of the awful things that my dad has done
Like
in his
what?
position
What
as
has your
mayor.
dad done as mayor?
He has burned crops. He has forced people to try to live on crops that have literally melted away in their hands, and had one of his sorcerers that he had on hire to disguise it as though they were brand new vegetables, so that way they could sell them across places. Children starved. He would make sure that only people who would benefit him were able to partake in trade. So all of the tradesmen had to leave our town. He threw this ridiculous festival of four. Do you know how much money that cost, those statues? And there are people trying really hard to just survive. They can't do it. And he is just making everybody suffer. Do you know how many...
To what end, Lily?
I don't know. All I know is that I don't think he's some big mastermind. He's doing this for someone else. And I'm tired of being kept in a tower while everyone around me suffers. So I blackmailed him with some of the stuff that I knew. He didn't know it was me, but I knew that from my maid that this was a place that was near enough to the rebellion. And so I told him, anonymously, of course, that I had information that could sink his whole career. And he just needed to give money to this stump and to this rebellion. And look at all the good that Elias is doing with that money.
That's brilliant.
Thank
Hell
you.
yeah, Lily.
Except that the second that he decided to stop paying the rebellion's causes and stop giving the information that is so vital to our cause, and I just told him, fine, I'll take your most prized possession. And so I was willing to sacrifice myself to the cause. I was willing to be put up in a tower with bars over the windows for as long as it took in order for him to remember that it's important to keep giving. And you know what he did? He put his hat in a safe. He put his shiny coat in a
he told us
safe.
that.
He did tell us that. Yeah, that didn't sound very good.
No.
We probably should have known at that moment that he was a bad guy.
Yeah, if you knew
I said it
that
from the
and
beginning.
you knew that he had a daughter, that wasn't like a red flag. I'm a little bit concerned.
No, I would say it was a red
definitely
flag.
a red flag.
Yeah,
we just weren't looking.
You weren't looking. That's the whole point of a red flag, is
I'm
to
very
wave and be
sure.
like, I'm red, I'm a flag.
Yeah.
Ah,
Well,
he
beware.
kind of blackmailed us too, so.
He did.
He blackmailed you too? And again, red flag. Where was the sign?
did
You
lock us
didn't
in a
think,
basement.
oh
We
my
didn't
gosh,
realize
this
that
is the little
either.
sketch?
At least it was together.
We just got distracted because we heard that somebody was in trouble. We wanted to help you.
Yeah.
Well,
Or something like that.
thank you, but look, Elias and the people here are helping. Elias, and she kind of leans in. She's like, look, he thinks he's got a tragic backstory, but and he definitely overhears this, and he kind of like, I am very tragic, which is why I'm here.
You're tragic, all right.
Tragic's a word I would use.
Yep.
Okay, I feel like you might be making fun of me, and that's
That's because we
okay.
are.
No.
Wow. Okay, look, yes.
Like to lighten up, man. I mean, come on.
All right, you know what?
It's part
Fine.
of the camaraderie. It's fun. You're having fun. We're having fun.
I'm having so much fun dealing with the stress of all of these people. And yes, maybe I grew up middle class. So be it. My parents were both very kind and loving, and I never felt the urge to run away and join a circus. But that doesn't mean there's not pain and suffering in the world.
That felt somehow very disturbingly pointed.
To both of us.
And privileged. But we're gonna let it go. Listen, Elias, can you tell me what is the resistance, and are we supposed to get on board? I guess I don't know that we need to be on board with the man in the tall hat anymore, so we're gonna have to find a new mission.
Look, we're always welcoming any help we can get. And yeah, you might be looking at me and being like, why should we follow this guy who's clearly had everything handed to him? And yeah, I don't have some tragic backstory, but all of these people do.
Let's topple the mayor.
I'm just saying, like, they don't have.
Topple.
You should taco the mayor.
We're gonna run all the way back.
Okay.
Tackle the mayor.
And
I
when we
want
get
Meryl
there,
to tackle.
We will tackle him.
I'll try.
Meryl needs to come down from the sky.
Got a good track record
Take it
with
out.
tackling,
I
so
do.
this will be good.
0
Sorry,
out of 1.
anyway.
You better roll a 20 for that.
Yeah, we need all the help we can get. All of the people who are here, they don't have the time or the mental energy to be staging the rebellion. So I had to. They're just coping and surviving. And so we need people. It's not like there's adventurers knocking down our door trying to help us out.
Well, here we are.
And you might not have a door, but we might be here to help.
And we've established once before that we could be heroes,
We could be.
We could be.
especially you with the name. Go ahead.
Alfonzo Windbreaker.
Amazing.
I'm not
At
that
your
impressed.
service.
I'm just.
That is
That's
a really
his name.
fancy name.
Heroic, you would say, right?
Almost noble.
Well,
Almost.
that's not what I said.
No, that's what I said.
Anyway, maybe we're the heroes you're looking for.
Well, we might not be the heroes you're looking for, but we might be the only ones you're gonna get.
As a you got us.
Well
now.
said.
Yeah, we're meh.
Yeah, we're just meh.
We're okay.
Well,
We'll do our best.
I'll take your best. And hang on.
I can't wait. I'm so excited.
I'll take your best because we all need a little bit of our best.
Oh.
So the information that we have that I can give to you, like he really did have some, he's a smart idiot. I don't know. He had a lot of really interesting papers that he gave as information for the blackmail. Thank you, Lily, I guess. Oh, no problem. So the information that I got from the mayor, like I have some trade agreements made. We don't really understand it much because he wrote super fancy legal speak on purpose, but
I'm educated. I can help.
I was just about to say, I know a fancy fella.
You have a fancy fella.
I can read, but this seems boring.
This
so
is not for
should
you,
probably.
well,
Alfonso
we've got-
is much more equipped. No offense, you're equipped for other things. Not this. Okay.
Well, this is
You are
great.
so
Like we've got a
small,
lot
I
of this stuff, and
Yeah.
we do know that there is like it seems like there's someone who has the mayor in his pocket. Leader is right. Like there's some guy out there who is much worse than the mayor, and that's saying something because the mayor is a bad dude, but he didn't come up with all this on his own. Like he's talking about interfering with the dwarves. Somebody having the mayor target the dwarves. Everybody knows that when entire races battle it out, nobody wins.
I can see it now.
Right?
It's amazing.
I really get the sense that the mayor looks just like the mayor from Nightmare Before Christmas.
I'm thinking
the
Mr.
very tall
Monopoly
hat.
with a very tall hat.
There
He's
you
like
go.
very round
Yes.
and squat.
In like tailcoats. Like
Yeah,
he's got tail.
for
Like
sure.
it's way too hot
Big
for those
mustache.
tailcoats.
Absolutely.
What is TJ doing right now?
He's currently carving very delicately into the tree TJ and Miss. He's at the S with like a heart around it, but he ran out of space, so just TJ and MIS.
Maybe
really
he intentionally ran out of space because he didn't know how to spell the rest.
And he's carving it into a tree, which is not going to impress her very
Yeah.
much.
But while he's doing it, he's also trying to think of all of the animals that he might be able to impersonate. Like he's like on frog.
absolutely. He's practicing.
He's like ribbit.
Yeah.
That'll get her. Yeah, ribbit. And he's like, how can I do a ribbit really sexy? Like, ribbit.
Amazing.
So
That'll
that's all
just-
you
So
hear
he's
from
not
TJ's
bothered
little
by
corner.
this conversation.
He's really
listening.
not. He's
He's
not.
zoned out.
Yeah, he's completely
Okay.
zoned
He's
out.
oblivious.
He
I
just
wanted
knows
to make
that
sure that
he
hadn't
just.
like vanished to go tell his uncle what was going on.
Nope. All he knows is that Lily is okay.
He's on our side now,
And
whether he likes
he's-
it or not.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
more.
Thank God, I didn't want to lose TJ.
No, he is firmly on your side because you guys are teaching him the ways of life. And meanwhile, his uncle is just paying him.
And we
He
have-
doesn't really know his uncle very well.
And we have Misphi, so like
Yeah, and he is
that.
Yeah, he's not
desperately
going
in
anywhere.
love.
We have everything
He
he
is
needs.
nat 20 level in love with
He
Misphi.
is, yeah.
Yeah. So you guys, I'm
Lucky
gonna say, if you want, you guys can stay the night, take a long rest, replenish all your health slot. I mean, like, because now that you know that leader is okay, we like the only thing that you have to kind of, I guess, figure out as you're doing the long rest, is where you're gonna go next. Like, like the dwarves are being targeted, and there's something going on over there. The mayor is somehow involved in all of this. But while you guys figure all of that out, the whole crew offers to have you guys stay the night and enjoy some food before you guys go wherever you're going. They even have some brew from the barging in, because they're the ones who brew for the barging in, and so they've got a fresh round of ale. Be all right.
Don't eat the cup. They don't have much.
Yeah.
Fine.
Please don't eat our cups.
Next time we see Saren, right? Was the bartender?
Soren.
Next time we see Soren, you got to give him an extra tip for being a good guy.
Yeah, he was a great guy. Let me
He's
get
a
his
good
cup.
guy.
I mean, that was
What
really
a
nice of
good
him.
guy.
I think
Oh, you guys know
your way.
Soren? Yeah, he buys all of our ale. He's a pretty stand-up dude. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you guys brew it here.
Yeah.
Oh, I am interested.
Straight from the
Yeah.
source.
So we brew.
Right from the spout.
He starts taking you through like the brewing process, and he's like, "This is how we do it." He's like having you smell hops. I don't know. He's like having you smell like different
I love it.
ingredients. He doesn't entirely know much of it himself because he's just the guy who leads the area, but he acts like he's one of the guys who knows the things. And so he was like, and here you'll see the plant, and you crush it in your hands, and you just sniff it. And that's how you know it's gonna be a good brew. Is it's the snort, the sniff, and he like snorts it, but he like gets one lodged in his nose, and he just
Sneezes. Violently sneezes.
and he's like,
It's a good one.
and he has this moment where he's like, yes, tragedy.
Because he inhaled a piece of grass. That's
It was a
Beautiful.
hop. He
Right.
got hopped right in the nose. Yeah.
Popped him in the nose.
Yeah, I'm just
What are
wandering
the rest
around.
of us doing?
I'm gonna go find my bird,
All right, yeah.
and I'm gonna go eat some food.
Yeah, I'm gonna say like we'll end the episode with you guys taking a long rest here at this area, you getting a tour of the hops, and for that we will actually say that you can have a we'll figure out some sort of thing because you're learning a bit about brewing. So maybe you get some sort of like advantage on brews or like some sort of a thing. So write something like that down. We can figure that out.
Meryl pops to squat by the fire and whips out his lute and is just plucking a merry little tune.
That is lovely.
Just, as a little thank you for letting them stay the night.
Yes.
And I pull up a stump and I listen to the little ditty.
And Stan sings really off key.
Oh, that's
Way too
beautiful.
loud.
I think I should roll for like the quality of the music choice that I made.
I think both of you should.
Got it.
Watch Stan's be better.
I'm a mediocre singer. I got a 10.
11, but with performance.
Oh.
Right? It'd be
Yeah.
I got 12, so we're okay.
I'm gonna say with a 12, like you remember the words,
Yeah,
but you don't remember the tempo.
that's fine.
Yeah.
And let's see. So I got a 16. So I would say I'm playing Billy Joel.
Ooh.
Ooh,
I'm
you could
I'm
say
playing Piano Man on the lute.
Wow, and I sound great singing that. I just know it.
Does a
And people
microphone
kind of
taste like a beer?
like
Because
people.
if it doesn't, it's gonna.
People try
By
to
the
like
third
kind
verse
of
it will.
like lead in and like sing with you, but you're doing it in such like an off tempo
Yeah, nobody
time
can
that
follow.
people are like, oh, okay. And then like meanwhile, TJ's over there by a tree being like, no, Misphi. That's his whole.
That's what he's doing.
All right. So that is the end of our episode. Couple of plugs. Let's. Well, first of all, we're a new podcast. So yes, we're a new podcast. Very new. So it would help us out a ton if you rated the podcast and subscribe for more ridiculous tomfoolery.
have lots
Share it
of
with your
tomfoolery.
friends. Share it with your enemies. Share it with your strangers. Talk to strangers. We don't care. Get in vans. But as long as you tell them about the podcast, we're okay.
Hopefully they have Reese's.
Only if they have Reese's. Yeah. If they don't have.
Well, and as an adult getting into a
Sponsor us,
stranger's van with
Reese's,
candy, honestly, could be fine. And there should be no children listening to this podcast. So
I mean, quite frankly, what is Uber? What is
Exactly. Some of
rideshare
them
if
literally
not
have
the adult
candy.
version of like getting into a car for candy? Only we're paying to be there. So share it with your rideshare person. So we will be back in another 2 weeks. Let's hit a couple of plugs. By the time this is going to be out, you can pre-order The Archivist Apprentice by me if you are interested in fantasy novels. It's a really good one.
Brandy's book.
Yes, it's a fantasy novel with fantastical pantheon of gods, political intrigue, and all-around deceit, or a decent mystery. If you're looking for some good background music for your D&D game or just enjoy some really good tunes, check out Matthew Bostian's album Zingara Music and Dance in the link below. You can listen to it on
Talented young couple.
Gosh,
I mean,
yeah.
it's
We
beautiful.
we married for talent, and the rest just followed.
The rest is drag.
Power couple.
And that was how we met. Is I was like, "Excuse me, can you please play a song on a lute?" And he did, and I was like, "Wow."
Married a bard.
Yeah, I married a bard. I totally did.
I'm honored to be representing.
Yes, thank you. He's beautiful. So you can listen to it on main music apps. He does all of the sound effects for the background, but the tunes are just really just like a jaunty Renaissance kind of vibe. Stephie, you want to plug your stuff?
Sure. I crochet stuffed animals.
It's beautiful.
Of any kind you like, pretty much. So put it in order with Stephie's crafty paintbrush.
I will say, I got a number of like custom made of Stephie's like
Steffies.
Steffi's stuffies. Yes.
Now I'm gonna buy one.
Yes.
I mean, I was going to anyway, but that
Yes.
sold it.
We have to buy one for all the children in our life.
Obviously.
It's so freaking gorgeous and it lasts for forever. And she was just like, one day she was like, "Hey, you're pregnant. What do you think your child's
pregnant.
spirit animal would be?" And I was like,
What's your favorite
a
animal?
dog that digs, because that's how it feels like it's happening to my cervix. And so she made a dog, like a gorgeous dog out of like this, it like looks like something you would buy at like one of those fancy places that I can't afford to walk into. And I got it from her and it's fantastic. So do it like,
That's amazing.
yes, so many great things. So yeah,
you.
what's the website name? We'll put the website in the link below.
Yes, Steffi's crafty paintbrush.
Yeah.
Now I should change it to Steffi's stuff.
You sure should.
Stephie's
I wasn't
Stuffies.
gonna step on
Stuffies
toes,
is
but that's a good
iconic.
pitch right there.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yes.
Pitch with a P. I would never, ever
Yeah.
call Steffi something vile.
Could be fun. Could be hot.
I mean, you can call me one.
It
That's fine.
could be hot.
It could be.
It could be hot.
Never know.
Also, check us out on social media. We will give you our handles below, but we have a TikTok, Twitter, and Insta. You can find us at Mystical Everyday Heroes, all spelled out on TikTok and Instagram, or you can find us on, X, formerly Twitter, at DNDMEH.
Meh.
Check those tweets.
What do they call them now? 'Cause they're not.
They're still tweets.
They should still be.
They're cheap.
They're cheaps.
They're cheap.
No, they're still tweets. I don't know what's going on. The world has changed so much.
Anyway.
Have a great night.
Quack. Guac? No. Give it good. Bzz, bzz. No, she said animals, not insects. All right. No, I can do this. You got this, Teach. All right. What does a hippo sound